Hi there, I'm your English coach, Christina, and welcome to Speak English with Christina, where you'll learn American culture and business know-how to become confident in English. In your professional life, you might be working with American people. And when you're from a different culture, the different attitudes about work, you'll probably meet some unexpected difficulties. And this is totally normal when you work with different cultures. But that doesn't make it less frustrating. You ask yourself, why are Americans like that? And how can we work together better? Don't worry, I'm here to help. American culture is founded on individualism. In our common mythology, American heroes are the self-made man, the lone cowboy, the do-it-yourselfer. In fact, the Hofstede Center, which specializes in intercultural comparison and communication, did a study of 50 countries on several criteria. And which country was the most individualistic? For better or for worse, it's the United States. We have a strong attitude of do-it-yourself, which is great if you're alone on a Texas ranch, but it might also sometimes prevent Americans from being a natural team player. And this is part of the reason why team building exercises are such a big thing in the US, to teach individualistic American people how to create team spirit. And for many Americans, they especially don't like a manager who tells them how to do their job. They want to have some freedom to choose their own way of doing things, and they expect to be rewarded individually for the results. That's why all those Employee of the Month awards are so common in American companies. Now, of course, like everything else that I'll mention in this video, these are only general guidelines. It doesn't apply to everyone, and personalities within each country vary a lot. American people tend to define themselves by their occupation, and that might be a big cultural difference with foreigners in some cases. What do you do is a very common small talk question with strangers. And the boundaries between the professional and the personal also means that it's not uncommon to work on weekends or at home, even on holidays when they exist. And companies aren't even required to give their workers paid leave. American people also work longer hours. In a recent poll, around 20% of them worked 50 or more hours a week. And that's just business as usual. American people tend to be much more friendly from the start. For instance, they'll share a lot of personal information with strangers just to start a conversation. And that might seem strange to you if your culture values personal privacy, where friendship is more sacred, more selective. And this dynamic also shows in the way Americans give professional feedback. American managers will sound much more positive, giving praise more easily. And it's popular for them to sandwich criticism between two compliments. Positive feedback, then criticism, and then concluding with more positive feedback. American people also tend to appear less confrontational, and to search for common ground. And that means that they might feel scared or uncomfortable if you try to get into a heated debate about the slightest thing. They might think that a real important disagreement is going on, while you think it's just a healthy exchange of different points of view. Finally, professionals from other cultures, such as the French culture, tend to be more conceptual than American workers. Perhaps in your culture, when discussing an idea, the common approach is to try to justify it with theory, general arguments, and intellectual ideas. In contrast, many Americans want to jump right into the practical applications. And this cliche also ties into the previous differences. In a random, friendly conversation in your culture, it may be normal to debate over grand theories, while American people will share personal stories. Try to mix both, as these two visions have their own strengths and weaknesses. Now, tell me, have you ever worked with American people? And which cultural difficulty did you face? Write your answer down in the comments and share your story with us. And don't lose professional opportunities because of your English. Get my insider tips and interview secrets to get the job at your next interview. Just click the image below. And of course, subscribe to my channel so you get a new English lesson each week. Thanks for watching Speak English with Christina, and I'll see you next time.